And in our top business story, His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Community Development, attended the opening of the International Conference on Organisation and Management 2015 over in Abu Dhabi today, addressing a huge gathering of research scientists and scholars coming from the region and abroad. His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan stated that as the country celebrates UAE Innovation Week, conferences like these are crucial to understand key factors that are driving innovation in the 21st century. The Minister highlighted that the role of managers as effective leaders is not only to provide an environment where innovative ideas are encouraged, but to also look beyond their proven business models and to welcome changes that can create future leaders. During his remarks on how the 125-year-old company McGraw-Hill Education embraced a new organisational culture to stay relevant in the industry today, the CEO of the company stated that they spent millions of dollars on new software technologies as they quickly realised that digital technology is one of the key areas driving change in bookselling.
UAE is one of the most innovative countries in the world. Here, if anywhere people are willing to try new things, government is willing to try new things, it is here. So we wanted to make sure that we have a yearly conference. This is ICON 2015, next year will be 2016, where we brought practitioners and researchers together and discuss what can be done and what can be taken from the books and the papers and put in practice. And that's exactly what we are trying to do. So about half the people here are practitioners, not researchers. They are from corporations, business organizations, government organizations. The other half are from academics. So we wanted to bring both of them together.
I think the world of education is remarkable because as you put technology and software into the content, you make the book react to the reader. So suddenly, two students, one who gets question one right and one who gets question one wrong, begin to see and feel things differently. Every parent knows that each of their children learns differently, and yet they go to school and everybody's in a machine, everybody's taught the same. What software in education is allowing to happen is to personalize it, to give great help to the individual student, to give great help back to the teacher or the instructor in a university to say, how do you really support your students best? And also, frankly, to help us by improving the content because we know where the problems are. So I think technology redefines how we can personalize education in the future. I think it's a tremendous opportunity.
During one of the sessions, academics and delegates discussed how various companies are using big data analytics to allocate the right resources useful in implementing innovative ideas, while also finding out whether the data received is relevant to the desired outcome of the company. During the two-day conference, professors, scholars, researchers and experts representing 35 countries from around the world will present around 200 research papers, including 68 papers from the UAE on innovation in management, organisation and educational leadership. The conference also includes a doctoral colloquium consisting of panel experts in management research who will share their experiences.
My presentation here at the conference is based on a longitudinal study looking at infrastructure development in the United Arab Emirates, particularly looking at transportation infrastructure development. And we focused on identifying the influences that different stakeholders have on these mega projects, as well as the importance of different management processes. For example, coordination between the different stakeholders, communication, decision-making and knowledge sharing. We found that all of these different management processes are extremely important in making sure that the stakeholders carry out their roles and responsibilities adequately to achieve the outcomes for the major projects. Past projects have had difficulty in meeting the objectives, particularly relating to delivering on time and within budget. And for most mega projects, that is a major challenge to deliver on time within budget.
Australia and the UAE have signed an agreement where Emirates Airline and Etihad Airways will operate an extra 14 flights a week to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Perth, bringing the total number of services to 161. According to reports, the move looks to increase tourism numbers, where Australian Airlines will receive an extra 14 flights in return to the UAE, bringing the total to 56. Australia's acting Prime Minister Warren Truss was quoted as saying that the Australian government is committed to supporting the entry of Australian airlines into foreign markets and ensuring that we have the aviation capacity necessary to meet future demand. Emirates now carries more than 25% of the traffic between Australia and Europe, followed by Qantas with around 15% and Singapore Airlines with just under 15%. Emirates also announced that it has identified Mexico City and Berlin as new destinations that will become available with longer-range jets and expanded air service treaties. The UAE invested $5.24 billion into the global real estate market in the first half of the year, while buyers from the region collectively invested $11.5 billion, according to the latest report. The latest research from property advisor CBRE Group revealed that global investment reached $407 billion. That's the strongest first half of a year since 2007 and up 14% year on year. The report stated that the interest in overseas investments, particularly from the UAE, is also being influenced by some uncertainties in the local real estate markets. Data from H1 2015 shows a continuing acceleration in the flow of capital out of the Middle East region by private offices and high net worth individuals. The world's leading destinations of global capital flows saw London as the most targeted city by cross-border investors in H1, followed by New York and then Paris.